Hey guys, Reza here from Budget Audio Chrono. This will be my first watch review. Today I'll be bringing you the Steeldive SD1970 and a quick wrist check. Today I'm wearing the Wristshot MYH5. It's also the Steeldive SD1975. I have on here a really cheap nylon strap. This strap is just about Singapore $2.75. That's probably under $2 in US dollars, so it's just slightly about $2 in US dollars. This is a fantastic strap. The strap that I have on the SD1970 today is a typical silicone strap which I've taken off from my other Seiko mod. I'll talk about the bracelet a little later on, and let's dive in straight into the SD1970. Alright, in terms of specs, today I'll be referring to Steeldive UK's website. It is a very well built website, I realize. I mean, if you do need any kind of information on Steeldive watches, I think besides the AliExpress link that I purchased it, the Steeldive UK website is very well written with a bit of history on the wheel art itself. So head on down to steeldive.uk.com. I'm not advertising for them, it's just that I find that their website is actually very well designed in terms of the specs and in terms of some kind of history around the watch as well. Alright, so in terms of specifications, the SD1970, it is such an incredible piece of watch from Steeldive. The watch is, for now, you can see the case diameter is 44 millimeters. For me, it actually fits my wrist just nice. Alright, I do have a small Asian wrist, definitely under 7 inches, 6¼ maybe. Alright, and I love wearing my G-Shock Mud Master, so that's a heck of a big watch on my wrist, which I love wearing all the time. Alright, so 44 meters, lug to lug is 46 millimeters, case thickness is 13.5 mm. So all these specs you can find online and on other review websites. I'm just repeating them so that you don't have to refer them to other websites. Okay, so I just want to share with you my personal experience buying a watch from AliExpress. I've never bought watches from AliExpress, and I thought the experience was pretty good. Clicked on the order and waited about 3 days for them to ship it, and another 7 days or under 7 days for them to send it and reach it to Singapore. Okay, and I was pretty much skeptical about the quality of the watch that I will be getting, but I am definitely pleasantly surprised in terms of the quality that I'm receiving for just about US $100. Singapore dollars is about 128 Singapore dollars. That's probably under US $100, probably about 90 plus US dollars. So in terms of the build quality, I'm still using my Samsung mobile phone as a video recorder here, but I do like what the Samsung lens has got in terms of its clarity and its focusing. Yeah, so let's bring the watch in a bit more for a close-up look. Let's take a look at the polish on the sides of the watch here. You can see it's a nice mirror polish. You could actually see my window on the left side here. You can see the window here. All right, it is a beautiful mirror polish here. I do like what they have done by keeping this crown at the 4 o'clock position, or just under the 4 o'clock position. It's more comfortable on the wrist on my left side here. It doesn't stick out so much in the center. And again, all these homages, we have to thank Seiko for building such great designs where they make fairly big watches that fit very well on tiny wrist. Okay, next we talk about the coinage on the bezel. If you look a little closer, it's incredible how much quality has been put into this coinage here. They are very consistent all around the watch, so if you run your fingers around the watch, it feels like a really thick silver coin. Alright, so I have purchased silver coins before, and it has that similar sensation of coinage. Yeah. Next we take a look at the ceramic bezel. These are very high quality ceramic bezel. The sapphire glass here, it sticks out a little bit with a bevel. Alright, it's flat, it's not domed. In terms of the anti-reflective coating, you do get that bluish tint, especially outdoors. It can be a little bit annoying if you want to take photographs and you see that blue sheen blue SHEEN sheen on the glass over here. In terms of bezel action, my mic is on my chest, so you probably will not have an accurate sound from where you are. Okay, bezel action is nice and firm. I like the idea that I have to use a bit of muscle to work the bezel. Alright, I'm going to bring this watch right up to the mic and you can hear that sound for yourself. There you go, that's the sound of the bezel turning. It's not loud, but it's got that firm click, 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 click as you get around, okay? And let's take a look at the back case itself. So the back case, I thought it's very well done. I'm still getting used to all these cute Steeldive logos, Eddie's Dive logo, and all these funky names that's coming out of China. I think they've done an incredible job of branding themselves in a very unique way. Alright, so you have all these specs here: stainless steel, automatic, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so in terms of timekeeping, I'm not super particular about timekeeping. I do appreciate that they put in original NH35 Seiko movement inside. It's fairly accurate. I match it together with my G-Shock. It's fine because the G-Shock time, I think, is GPS world time or something like that, so that's pretty accurate. I like what that Mart Master GWG has done with timekeeping. With these guys here, I don't have a problem. The other thing that I noticed for most videos, they do not explain that the NH35, you could actually self-wind it, so you don't have to worry about whether I need to use the watch every day and move it and shake it for have a walk for 15 minutes a day. No, you can self-wind the watch. I've read somewhere that you can go anywhere between 30 to 55 turns and the watch will be fully wound, in this sense that there's no such thing as overwinding the NH35. It is a modern movement that has a mechanism inside that will prevent it from overwinding. So you can see that I can comfortably wind this, alright, with no issues. I don't even feel it getting tighter. Alright, and the watch will keep going. I'll let you hear the sound of this winding here. Again, watch on my chest. It's a very gentle sound. It's not ratchety and clicky at all. Alright, and putting back the crown is very simple. Just put pressure, rotate. Alright, do not over tighten it. I have had damaged a few of my old watches when I was growing up by over tightening crowns. I did have some other watch, I couldn't remember, but I overwound it and the whole crown got jammed and it's ruined. And it was a self-winding watch. Right, so overall, the SD1970 is a watch well worth buying under US $100. I will just put it on my wrist right now, putting the Eddie's Dive NYH5 on my laptop here. Alright, and you will be able to see how good the SD1970 is on a tiny wrist like mine. There you go. Alright, so even end to end, it is very snug over my wrist. Alright, the dial takes center stage. With that classic look, I like what they have done with the lume. It has that slightly vintage yellowish tint, which I like. So this yellowish tint, if you realize, it's a bit more yellow than the one on the Eddie's Dive. So I'm actually quite happy that Eddie's Dive is a bit greenish, so I can match it with this green strap here. So that means it gives you strap options on the SD1970. Alright, to match it with probably, greenish colored straps. It will look good. Alright, metal bracelets, it will look good. Now, okay, I'll move on to the metal bracelet, okay? So, this packaging was for some of the strap, but I put the Steeldive SD1970 metal bracelet in this plastic bag here. You have to be careful of the metal bracelet. It's such a pain in the butt to remove these bracelets here. I have the removing tool, but the removing tool cannot fit into the gap of the watch properly. Alright, so the removal tool here, you can see that it just cannot get behind the watch properly. Okay, so that gap is a little tiny. I need a smaller one, but the problem is the end links, all right, that's attached to the watch. These are solid end links, and what happens is they are the tolerances are too tight. They get jammed real tight, and you have an issue pulling them out, and the spring bars inside, they get caught. Okay, so the spring bars, they get caught inside and then they bend. So I'll put up some images of the bent spring bars, and that's one of the reasons why it was so difficult to remove it. Yeah, so this gap here, the tolerance where that solid end link is, it's really hard to pull out the bracelet, and several users have mentioned that same difficulty. So once that metal bracelet is out, you probably don't want to put it back in and invest in another better bracelet that will fit the 20mm lug to lug here. Now I would prefer to use straps like this, where I generally prefer more rubber silicone straps than metal bracelets. You know, get the quick release sorts, and you'll sort yourself out real easy on this one, and you can enjoy swapping straps between watches fairly easily without any pain, all right? In terms of spending half an hour just to take out those bracelets, you know, you can take this out within a matter of minutes and enjoy the watch with a fresh new look. All right, so again, great job, Steeldive. I think you did a fantastic job with the SD1970. They came up with a new one with the NH36 movement with a day function. I thought that made the face or the dial looks a little bit overcrowded. I prefer this look here. They have another version which is the 1980, which has a wider case diameter, all right, and a thinner overall thickness, but there's no reviews on that just yet. Very little details even on AliExpress, no details on their website at all. So you could take a risk on that one, but I would not. In terms of loom shot, I don't have an opportunity to darken the room, but it's daytime now. I will try. I'll put up some other videos or images of the loom shots of the watch right after this. And yep, summing it up, I think for US $100 or less, this is a watch that for any beginner who wants to get into the how much watch scene is definitely a must get, a must have for all of you. All right, so in terms of the quality, can't say anymore that it's fantastic. I prefer wearing this more often than these guys here. So ergonomically, these guys are more ergonomically designed and fits my wrist more comfortably. In fact, many users have said that they prefer this shape over any other shapes, especially the tuna. It just feels like a big chunk of steel, a ball of steel on top of your wrist. All right, guys. Okay, so thank you so much for watching Budget Audio Chrono for my first watch review. Thanks so much for watching. Let's look out for the next one, which is the Steeldive MYH5. I'll run through the MYH5, and I do have the Philida 500M coming in. All right, so thanks so much. Stay safe, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed what you've seen. All right, we'll get right back to the next video.